Hey ladies, stop explaining yourself. It is lowering your value. When you are a beautiful woman, people constantly look for ways to bring you out of your high vibrational queen energy so that you can entertain them and their nonsense. And in doing so, they like to accuse you of things. Now, I am no stranger to this because I grew up with a woman, my mother, who constantly did this to me just to get reactions out of me that were negative. For whatever reason, that was her favorite thing to do, to antagonize me. And so naturally, as a kid, I grew up being hyper vigilant, feeling like I needed to always explain myself and defend myself. And if someone had the wrong idea of me, it broke me down so badly. And as I got older, I started to realize that that was a manipulation tactic of like sociopaths and narcissists. They love to make you explain yourself. Like, they love to see you squirm and be uncomfortable. They love to see you uncomfortable trying to explain yourself to them, even though they know that you're not a bad person. They know that what they're accusing you of most likely did not happen. They know these things. But it is a power grab for these types of people to see you squirm, to see you uncomfortable, to see you pleading your case, to see you trying to beg them to understand you, even though they already understand you. They're just enjoying seeing you do all these backflips to appease them and to entertain their nonsense. See, you have to understand there's a lot of people in this world who are sick and bored, and this is something that they do in their pastime to feel good about themselves and to make other people feel bad about themselves. When they want to feel empowered, when they want to feel in control of something, this is the type of games that they like to play. They like to accuse people of things. They like to tarnish your reputation. They want to see you go out of your way and do a whole song and dance to clear your name of this lie or clear your name of this perception that they're trying to pin on you. And once you realize, as fine, beautiful women, as women who are on their purpose, on their mission, killing it, we don't have time to lower ourselves down to these people's level to explain anything to them. And it's beneath us to do so. Explaining yourself to people who already know that you never did anything wrong is doing yourself a disservice. They're playing games with you. It's psychological warfare. And the second you stop explaining yourself in any scenario, so let's say, for example, you and a friend fall out because she starts acting weird with you, she's competing with you, she's trying to one up you. You know what I'm saying? She's saying slick remarks under her breath when you're around her. She's trying to be funny, doing weird backhanded things to try to sabotage you. When you decide to remove yourself from that friendship, if she's vindictive and low vibrational, she's going to beg you to get on the phone and have a full-blown conversation with her to explain to her why you decided to stop being her friend. She wants you to sit down and explain to her how she's been competing with you, how she's been trying to one-up you, how she's been saying slick comments and trying to sabotage. Like, does that even sound human to you? Does that even sound normal? The person who knows what they're doing to you wants you to sit down and explain to them what they've been doing to you. Doesn't that sound like someone who gets a kick and a rise out of hurting people? And they want you to relive that experience and relive those things that they did to you, and they want you to like explain why you're not going to talk. Like, doesn't that sound like someone who doesn't have anything better to do? Like, ladies, let's be real. That sounds like someone who is very, very, very bored and very demonic. That sounds like someone who is very, very, very unproductive and very much a loser. That is loser behavior. You are going to do something to someone so much so that they have to cut you off, and then you want them to explain to you why they're cutting you off. You're sick. And so it lowers your value as that girl to explain to your haters, to explain to your fake friends, to explain to a man why you no longer want to be with him after he's shown his ass 11 times. You don't have to explain anything to anyone. And these people know that. It was a privilege that you were even in their life to begin with, let alone you giving them closure. Closure is like they would be blessed. It would be their lucky day if a beautiful woman gave that type of low vibrational creature closure. Like, are you shitting me? Closure? These people don't even deserve to breathe the same air as you, let alone get closure from you after you peeped some weird shit that they were doing to you. After you peeped what they did, that was all the closure they needed. You exiting stage left was all the closure that these people needed. But again, because they like narcissistic supply, because they get a kick out of interacting with you, whether it's positive interaction or negative, they feed off of you explaining yourself. Same thing with the job. Like, if you have to leave a toxic job, I promise you, your toxic managers and bosses know exactly what they did to make you get to this point where you have to leave. They know exactly what they did, from the micromanaging to the over controlling behaviors to not giving you raises even though you worked your ass off and you deserve it. They know what they did to get you to the point where you want to leave. And then when you get to the point where you want to quit, they want you to explain why you're leaving. You don't get the luxury of me explaining myself to you. Why am I wasting my breath on some place that I'm leaving? You're in my past as soon as I leave this meeting. What do I look like sitting down and explaining to you and giving you the decency of explaining and wasting my breath explaining to you what you've done to me for me to leave? What good does that do for me? And see, they trick you into thinking that closure or like an exit interview or like something that calls for you to like explain yourself is like helpful for them. It's not. And it doesn't benefit them in the ways that they try to make you think. It benefits them in a sense of you lower your value explaining that to them. You waste your time explaining yourself. Especially with beautiful women, it seems like people get a kick out of you explaining yourself for whatever reason, because a lot of times people just want your attention, right? So if you are giving people your attention for free, which is currency, like we talked about this on this channel before, your attention is very valuable when you're gorgeous, because people feel they're privileged once they get to have a conversation with you. People are dying to hear your voice and interact with you and even have you just look at them. Like, you would be surprised what goes through some people's minds when they see you. And a lot of times they just want to be a significant part of your day, a significant part of your life, even if it means doing that in a negative way. So even if that means negging you, it could be, a boss that wants to get you fired or a friend that wants to hurt you really badly so that you never forget them. People want to imprint on you when you're beautiful because it makes them feel more significant if they're significant in your life. Even if it means just talking to you for a second and saying something negative to you where you have to kind of debunk it for them. Even though they know what they're saying is bullshit, they would rather interact with you and engage with you in a negative way so that you can have a negative type of reaction to them. You have to understand, people will take any type of interaction they can get from you, positive or negative. And unfortunately, because we have more negative people in this world than positive people, they're going to evoke negativity from you because they are negative themselves. So just be wise, ladies. Do not waste your breath with people. People know exactly what they're doing, and you do not owe anyone an explanation. So ladies, drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories with me there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.